whenever you are ready.
Hi. Thank you, Kriti. Hmm.
I'll briefly introduce you, Bhaiya, and then
Sure.
hand it over the session to you. Good morning, dear ones, and namaste sabhi ko. Hope sabka Sunday acha gaya. Everyone enjoyed their Sunday. Here we are in another session, another knowledge session of this series, creating healthy daily routines. This session will be focused on sharing some gentle insights on nurturing healthy habits, maintaining balance, and live with purpose through everyday routine. Today we have Dr. Deepak Varma, who is our speaker. Dr. Deepak is the creator of Specology and Healthify platforms. He's also an Ikigai coach. He's a certified past life regressionist, NLP basic practitioner, and a certified life coach. He's the author of the Amazon bestseller The Joyful Quotient. He's a strong management thinker with unconventional, out of the box, joyful strategies for the workplace. He believes that the inner joy of the individual manifests in the success of the organization. Welcome, Deepak Bhaiya. Now, with
Hi.
this, I hand over the session to you.
Thank you so much, Kriti. And welcome one and all to this session. Just wanted to reconfirm. So we are in the Heartfelt Citizen session with people over 60 plus.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Good. So it's good to see people quite young at the age of 60. Uh, I'm also a little confused. Okay. I know Arjuna in the Mahabharata was 75 years old and he was very, very young. So I'm just hoping that this is a similar kind of group. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody lower than 60 here?
No, Bhaiya. It's actually for senior citizens, the whole program.
Got it, got it,
Yeah. Like it's a mixed match, but mostly it's for the senior citizens.
got it. Okay. Just a quick start. I just thought we will confirm it. So welcome, and we have 1 hour with us. What we will do is we'll just kind of discuss some things around creating healthy habits. I'll quote from some of the couple of books, and I'll also leave you with a few questions. And somewhere in between, we'll do a heartfulness guided meditation. Yeah. So that is the thought process I have for the day. Let me just open my file. Is my voice low? Is it okay?
It's a little bit low, Bhaiya, but I think it's better now.
It's better. I just increased it right now. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. It's better now, Bhaiya. We are able to hear you.
Yeah.
I think some people it's still low.
Oh, okay. Uh, anyway, we'll put in the chat also if necessary. So I just thought I'll open with the opening question, and you can answer in the chat, or you can also unmute and talk. What are the daily habits which give you energy? And energy need not be physical. Energy can be also a kind of inner energy or a kind of push to move ahead. Any daily habits that you currently do, the 50 of us, which give you some sort of energy. Okay, so just seeing some answers coming in. Prayer is something which gives Shobna energy. Morning walk and exercise, very good. Okay, walking. That's saying prayer, morning walk, pranayam, sleep gives the energy, correct? Workout. Early rising, morning walk, exercise, meditation. Good. So I have a second question. Now that okay, spending time with family without seeing the phone. No, that's very interesting, Muralidhar. Okay. So the second question is, which are those habits which drain your energy? Any daily habits that you do which can drain the energy? So these are the two opening questions I thought. So daily habits which give me energy, I see a lot of question answers, and so stress drains out the energy. Okay, too much talking. Good. So I'll try to talk less. Okay. Overthinking, yes, Anuja. Okay. Health, food, exercise. hmm Negative thoughts. Okay. Negative discussions. Jumping into work directly from bed. Balancing in food. Shobna, you want to explain that? Okay. Doing kitchen work in the morning. Thinking, excessive thinking. Good. So in today's presentation, I not kind of mention what is a good habit, what is a bad habit, etc. I will kind of give you a tool of what how you can define yourself a good habit and a bad habit. And most of these tools are from some renowned books. So I'm just going to give a couple of tools. The volume is still very low. Okay, I don't know what to do. Priti, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Bhaiya, I'm able to hear you. I think it's coming a little bit fine.
It's fine. I can
Yeah,
actually
yeah, we can
put
hear
a
you, Bhaiya.
I can put a Bluetooth. Give me
I
just.
think, yeah, yeah, sure, Bhaiya, sure. That will work.
It might take time to connect. Let's just continue. I'll speak a little louder if possible.
It is audible, Bhaiya. You can go ahead, Bhaiya.
Good. So, why daily routines? There's 3 points. One is our willpower is quite limited. Routines save brain battery, and I'm actually going to explain all this in the next few slides a little bit more detail. Our consistency is much more greater than the intensity. So when you do things in a consistent manner, it makes it much more intense. And there's a book called The Power of Atomic Habits. I'll just explain that towards the end of this session. And health is not an event; it's a rhythm. So let's go to the first book. I don't know if you have read it. It's called as "Getting Things Done." Can you read this book by David Allen? You can put a yes in the chat box. Okay, so if I don't see any yeses in the chat box, this is actually quite a good book. It's a bestseller, and it gives one very central. It gives many themes, but I've actually put one central theme of this book, and it's very simple. Actually, you'll get it when when you hear it. Many times we clog our mind with to-do lists, which means things to be done. We keep storing our mind into it, but the mind is not meant to be a storehouse for activities to be done. It's meant to actually do the activity. So the lists actually need to move out of your mind into something else, into something external to you, which you keep with you. It could be a to-do list on paper or something on the a to-do list on the mobile, etc. So when you kind of externalize it outside, it frees up your mind to get things done. Because 90% of the time, you're kind of thinking about what is to be done, uh, you know, and you keep kind of ruminating, and so it's good to get done. And there are a lot of secrets behind this. The first is moving it from the infinite to the finite. So when you're actually it's in the mind, there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of uh, unclearness as to what the tasks are, what the tasks to be done are. When you put it down on paper, it kind of you externalize it outside the system and you move to a finite list. You kind of make it a very finite list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and which you can see and read. And it's kind of outside yourself. Yeah. So you're moving it from within yourself, you're moving it outside. So that's quite powerful. Many times, writing is quite more powerful than digital, by the way. So writing is because you use your fingers, and there are chemicals which activate on the brain, and kind of it again moves it out. All the chemicals activated, and you tend to kind of free up your mind from various tasks which keep repeating itself in your mind. Okay, so this is a central theme of this one of the best lessons in this particular book of the art of stress-free productivity. How to get things outside yourself and onto the out of your mind, and still it works. So then you just keep referring to that particular paper, and then keep ticking it off. So when the work is done, you can actually kind of tick it off, and there is again endorphin kind of chemical released, because when you tick off uh, a dopamine, you you feel okay, fine, you achieved something. So a sense of achievement is there when you put the list and then you tick it off. So so there are a lot of secrets, benefits around this particular small habit, and I'm sure some of you will be doing it. In case you're not, this is a good time to start doing it, because this will free up a lot of your mind on repetitive actions. So the rest. So again, I have a question which you can answer in the chat. What are the unfinished things in my life which are still holding on to your mind, and which of them really matter to me now? And you can either write in the chat, or you can even take a pen and paper and write it down. Uh, and I'll tell you why I wrote this unfinished things. It's not like the regular things, because these are the things which will go on clogging your mind and brain, and eating up precious data space on an ongoing basis in a repetitive manner. So it's good to kind of call it out for yourself that what do you think are the unfinished things which you're still holding on to? And and then once you list it down, you can kind of say which of them really matter to me now. So this is one question that I just thought I'd leave you with. If you want, you can just one or two of you can just put in the chat so I know you're going in the right direction. And somehow when you put it in down into a list, it kind of uh, puts it into action, and there is a activity mode that is generated inside us, which moves it into action. So the first step is kind of acknowledging and putting it down. So let me tell you my own. I'm just trying to think. I need to be vulnerable and also inform you. What are the unfinished things in my life? So
Sorry to disturb, Paya. There is some muffled sound coming in between sometimes, like when you're talking.
okay, and is it better now?
Yes, yes, Paya. It's better. It's just sometimes it's just
Okay,
some
good.
crackling noise.
The fan I had put there.
It's better now, Paya.
So I'm just trying to look at it from my own perspective now. So I had done a particular training around an advanced coach certification uh, a year and a half ago, but I still haven't, you know, gone ahead and finished and taking the certificate for it. And this is on my mind actually. It's an unfinished thing on my mind, and it keeps kind of popping up. So possibly I'll kind of write it down, and and once I write it down that this is unfinished, I'll probably get, and there are a few tasks to be done to finish it. So I'll probably get an idea of what are the tasks to be done to finish it and complete it. So I'm just this is like one of the things. Let me read a few more. Oh, yes, oh God, okay. It's unfinished thing in your life. Okay. Uh, Travel to India. Uh-huh. Reduce weight. Yeah, good. Keep adding before we finish any unfinished things. Yeah, okay. Good. And okay, I'll speak slowly. Yes. And you can even write it on on your own diary, and it will give you a lot of insights because this is something which could be quite personal to you. So it will also give you action plan on your own on how you can slowly move around to finish it. And who knows, once you write it down, you might just say, hey, hold on, it's maybe not worth it, you know, all this. So then you can kind of cancel it. So it again frees up your mind. And all the idea is to kind to help to free up your mind. Basically, it keeps changing with our understanding. Perfect, yes. It'll keep changing, it will free up your mind and you'll kind of get some answer of what is to be done going ahead. So the next question is, what am I still holding on to out of habit rather than out of meaning? What do you think you're holding on to just out of habit? So these are deep questions. I don't expect you to answer it right away. If you can do it, but you got to kind of think what do you think you're holding on to out of habit? Because these are deep things which are kind of deep rooted in you. And if you put it out on paper and get some solutions for it yourself, it will free up a lot of mind from overthinking as well as it will also help you uh, get things done. The book that was there. I'm just reading the things that is coming. You're holding out. What are the things? Habits of procrastination. Okay, not house construction. Oh, interesting. Okay, not taking action on those who are taking disadvantage on me. Yeah, good. Yeah, late sleeping. Excellent. So now that you've kind of put it out, you will find the solutions coming on your own. So, Sandeep, is overthinking. What do you think? scrolling. So you're kind of getting into habit, and you can get some ways and means in trying to, some solution. And you can keep experimenting with the solution. How can you kind of, move over to the solution, get into your own solution.
Uh, Dear ones, you can put the answer in the chat box, or if you wish to speak, you can even raise your virtual hand, and you can ask. You can, say whatever the things you want to say, and we request, if possible, to be everyone on the camera, as the speaker has taken time, and it will be a little bit more interactive for the speaker as well. Thank you. You can put the answers in the chat box. Thank you, dear ones.
Browsing social media with the looking at time. Yeah, these are typical things, you're holding on to with habit and time wasters. And so you can get into some sort of solution to, and people take their own solutions. You know, I have a friend of mine who deleted his Facebook account. A lot of things, people try to do to move out of the solution, find your own solution, kind of. But the first is to acknowledge the problem. So this entire session, just some tools, questions, is to first acknowledge the problem. When you acknowledge it, 80% of the work is done. So when you understand the problem, the solution comes on its own. I'm actually just tempted to give an example of of a dialogue between one of the heartfulness founders. His name was Babuji Maharaj, and there was a person who came to him with a problem. This is way back in the 1970s or something of the sort. So, so Babuji kind of asked him, "What do you think is the solution?" And this particular person who came with the problem thought a little and also gave a solution. And later on, Babuji explained to other people that when a person has a problem, the solution also is there, hidden in that person. So you just need to, kind of acknowledge the problem and come out with the solution. So this is just came to me, this curious dialogue that happened many years ago. So today, we just try to acknowledge what are the various problems and just allow the solutions to emerge from within. So let's go to the next one, the next book actually. There are three books we'll talk. The first was Getting Things Done. The second is a classic book called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Has anybody read this book? Can just put yes in the chat box. Okay, I'm seeing at least two yeses. It's only 45 pages, by the way, and it's freely available for download as a PDF online. Okay, so this book has a particular four-line mantra, and it's like a sequence. And this mantra has been kind of repeated many a time in the last 100 years. So it starts with thinking, thought. So when you sow a thought, you reap an action. So it's kind of like a farming. You sow a seed, and what comes out, the fruit. Sow a thought. So thought leads to action. That's the first thing. And then the action, because once the action is done and you sow it, you deepen it, you get a habit. So sow an action, reap a habit. And then if you do a habit long enough, you reap a character. And if you sow a character long enough, you reap a destiny. So, sowing a thought to action, action to habit, habit to character, character to destiny. Uh, this is a sequence. And I said this particular phrase originated from this book. It has been repeated time and again in many talks, many books. You'll see this coming up quite frequently. But it's important to understand that it's from thinking which can lead all the way to destiny. That's the purport of this particular small paragraph. And it also is important to understand what is to be thought. So, because the thinking can really change your entire habit, character, destiny. So, it's important to have the right thoughts, the right intentions to, kind of take things ahead. So, this is one of the learnings of this book. There are many learnings, but this is kind of for this session, I thought a central learning that's there. So I thought, you know, normally I do this at the end, but I do have some more, sessions around atomic habits. But for a change, I thought let's do the heartfulness first in between instead of, you know, doing the whole thing and doing heartfulness at the end. So if you're okay, it's an early, good, nice morning. Uh, we can practice a small round of heartfulness, and then I'll move on to the power of atomic habits and conclude the session. Does it sound okay to all of you?
I think, Bhaiya, we can go ahead with it.
You go ahead, right?
Yeah,
Then we'll
everybody's saying
freeze
yes.
in the end. Yes, good. Take care. So you can put your mobile on silent or whatever, and just mute yourself. Uh, okay. So we'll just do a short relaxation followed by meditation. So gently close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Feel yourself relaxing. Keeping eyes closed. Draw your attention towards your toes. Feel them relax. Feel an energy from the earth moving up from your feet, relaxing ankles and feet. Feel your knees relaxing. Feel your thighs melting away and relaxed. Feel your hips and waist relaxing. Both the legs are feeling very calm and relaxed. Feel the energy moving upwards. Your stomach light, empty and relaxed. Feel the lower and upper back relaxing. Chest filled with joy and relaxed. Shoulders, arms, fingers melting away and relaxed. Your entire body below the neck is feeling very calm and relaxed. Feel the energy moving upwards. Your neck muscles relaxing. Face, jaws, nose, eyes, ears completely relaxed. In the top of your head relaxing, all thoughts draining away. Your mind is feeling very calm and relaxed. Your entire being from the head to the toe is feeling weightless, calm, and relaxed. Gently draw your attention towards your heart. Feel the presence of the source of light in the heart drawing you inwards. Ignore any thoughts that are coming away. And gently continue to rest yourself on the source of light deep in your heart. Please start meditation. That's so. Okay, okay, very good. We'll just continue the presentation. We still have 10 15 minutes more. So let's do a recap of what we've done till now. So we started with a couple of questions around daily habits, which give you energy, which drain you from energy. Went on to this particular book of getting things done, and then we tried to put out the unfinished things in your life, and they consume a lot of your energy. What is still holding on to out of habit? And then we had this second book of Thought to Destiny. So we go to the third and final book, and this is called as Atomic Habits: The Power of Atomic Habits. And what you're seeing here is a chart from the particular book. So what it really says is that if you just do something 1% better every day, for over 365 days, there is a compounding interest, a compounding interest that happens, and you end up at 37 times better at the end of 1 year. It's quite difficult to imagine because one would think, okay, you'll be maybe twice better or thrice better. But you're talking about almost 40 times better. So, for example, if you want to become more punctual, okay, if you just practice 1% better every day continuously, the compounding interest has its way of taking into consideration that at the end of 1 year you'll be 40 times better punctual than what you are today. And the same is with any other habit. It could be weight training, food control. You want to control food, just do 1% better. On the corollary, if you do 1% worse every day, suppose you kind of loosen your willpower and do 1% worse every day, at the end of 1 year, you'll almost be at 0.03% of that particular habit. So this particular chart is, I think, among the most important charts in that particular book, Power of Atomic Habit. And this will also give us a inkling of how important it is to be consistent and not very intense. The first slide I mentioned. So consistency is more important. Doing something small every day continuously, and it works to our favor. So just want to check with you any small habit that you repeat every day that is quietly shaping your life for better or for worse. I think some of you did mention in the first question, but this is just something that you can kind of think of on your own. Uh, any habits that you think are shaping on a daily basis. And these questions are more for reflection. You can kind of use it as a tool to keep improving yourself. So I'm seeing Anuja has mentioned journaling. Yeah, it's good. Slowly but surely, you'll be surprised, Anuja. So that is one habit that I have been doing on the negative side, which means I have been doing it as 1% worse every day. And in the last few years, it has gone on very badly. I need to get inspired by you and restart my journaling, which I was very good earlier, but so that's the power of doing something 1% worse every day. It kind of very difficult to restart again. So that's good. A small habit that you do every day, and the next is if you improve just one small habit by a little every day, which one would make the biggest difference in your well-being right now? So you choose any one small habit. It could be walking, or it could be yoga, or it could be moderation in food, or it could be pranayam. Just choose any sort of and improve a little bit. You know, so if you're walking for 1 kilometer, make it 1.01 kilometers, 1.02, and don't make it very drastic. Don't make it 1 kilometer to 5 kilometers. Make it very very small improvement. There's a magic in the small improvement. Or if you're doing a particular form of yoga, try to see if you can improve any particular asana a little bit more, or pranayam or journaling, you know, or whatever is the habit that you have chosen. Waking up same time, yeah, good. How can any good habit after 60s or 70s age? So, Sureshji, age is not a consideration. You can actually develop the habit at any particular age. So the same tricks that you're doing for the at a young age, the same things you can do it at any particular age. So it's pretty easy, just but go at your own space. Go at your own, listen to your body and mind, and just go at your own space, and something will work out around it. Eating and fixed timings, yeah, very good. So you keep doing it consistently, every day. And I think this is my last slide. So this is, I think, among my favorite slides. Something I keep doing at various corporates. I just thought I'll run it here. So for any transformation that one needs to do within oneself, there are 4 stages, and these 4 stages are the 4 stages of spiritual transformation, which work equally well in character transformation, habit transformation, material transformation, any transformation. So it's a discovery actually for me. And so if you want to move from, in a spiritual yatra, if you want to move from one point to another point, there are 4 stages. And that's what this was all about. But, you know, it actually works for any transformation. So the first stage is Salokyam. For those who know a little bit of Sanskrit, you'll realize that Sa means same, Loka means world. So if you want to change, and now I'm just going to talk about it from a habit perspective. If you want to become a different kind of a person in whatever, maybe you want to improve your health, yoga or whatever, what somebody is mentioning. If you want to continuously become into a dedicated yoga practitioner, just give an example. The first is Salokyam. You need to get in the same world. You cannot be sitting somewhere and thinking about it. You need to take action and either join a yoga class or be with like-minded people and enter the same world. And that's Salokyam. Is that enough? Actually, that's not enough. Having entered the same world, you also need to get closer to the world, and that is Mipa, Samipyam. So you get in the world and then start getting closer, start understanding what are the nuances of yoga or walking. So if you want to become a good walker, you have the walking clubs. So you need to form And that's how this buddy system, mentoring system, groups and all, because they create that world. You have groups of walkers, uh, 4 people, 5 people walking together. You kind of it's sometimes very difficult to do alone. You want to create that world egregore around you, and then you get into samipyam. You start getting into a little more closer, a little more nearer to what it is to become a good, yoga practitioner. And the third stage is sarupyam, where you start identifying yourself. Rupa is face. Okay, so Rupa is face. So you start becoming identical. You start identifying yourself with what your goal is. So this is all a matter of reaching a particular goal. So this entire four-step formula is a matter of reaching a particular goal. Salupyam leading to Samipyam, leading to Sarupyam, and finally, where are we? Leading to Sayujyam. Yuj is to connect, where you cannot distinguish yourself from the goal. You become kind of one with the goal. So this sequence of Salupyam, Samipyam, Sarupyam, Sayujyam is something which all of us go through at all points in our life. Any transformation, knowingly or unknowingly, it's good to go through it knowingly. It kind of accelerates the way. So this is what I wanted to kind of end with, and we still have a minute or two. If there are any questions anybody has, it's a good time to kind of unmute and talk.
Dear ones, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask. You can raise your virtual hand as well, or you can put it in the chat box too. I think there are no more questions. So, um,
So just I'll
yeah,
take the last question.
yeah,
Hemant, how to get rid of laziness uh, and how to stop procrastination? Both the answers are similar. I mean, I have just one answer to both of which I keep following. It is you have the Nike ad called "Just Do It." So when there's a task to be done, somehow just note it down and start action towards it. Do it small and start small, and slowly you will improve yourself on a 1% incremental every day. On a yearly basis. So this is something just we need to keep doing it. So get a thought to be done. Just try to do it and eat the low hanging fruit first. Don't get into something very big. Just try to do something small and good. And the last question is from Umesh. What are the 4 books you suggest to read on this particular topic? Atomic Habit is a good book. You can read Getting Things Done. That's also a very good book. Uh, the third book is, I would say, As a Man Thinketh. That's also an extremely good book. Mm, I would say actually at this point these three are good. Not able to think of a fourth. So thank you so much, one and all. Lot of questions.
one or two more questions.
Yeah. So yeah, I just mentioned that how making others have. So it's a long question. What I would suggest is if I mean I can feel free to send me a WhatsApp on my number. I will try to communicate. Uh, how will I talk to myself yesterday? Okay, yeah. I think just anybody has any queries because it's already time 8 o'clock. So if you have any queries, just send me a message and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much, Kriti.
Thank you, Bhaiya, for a very insightful session. Dear ones, I hope you all took something. सबने कुछ ना कुछ सीखा इस session से, and everybody, take as a takeaway. So we will open the group chat box for another 60 minutes to put the feedbacks. And thank you once again for everyone to join the session. Thank you, Bhaiya, for joining and taking up such an amazing session. Thank you, dear ones. Hope to see you tomorrow for the yoga session. Have a nice day.